Okay, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to all the Blue men, women, children, families. We did fantastically well on Saturday to the Bohemians. The support we got was incredible, and you really were our 12th man on Saturday, and I thought we were very unfortunate not to come away with at least a draw. But tonight, coming into this game, coming back from Dublin on Saturday and realising that Glentoran had beaten Dungannon and had closed the gap to 2 points, that while we still had this game in hand, anyone will tell you much prefer to have the points on the board than the games in hand. And so there was a massive incentive for Glentoran this evening. They were coming tonight, and if they'd beaten us this evening, then they were ahead of us. And suddenly that the game in hand comes under massive proportions. And what I emphasised to the players is that we had to want it as much as Glentoran, that we needed to win it as much as Glentoran. In fact, we had to win it. Our need to win it was greater. And first half, I thought first 10-15 minutes we started really brightly, played some super stuff, and then just one error after another. I didn't feel the cross ball should have come in. I felt maybe Alan Blaney should have come and got it. I thought Damien Curran could have done better in the air against Keith Gillespie, and then I thought that Gary Hamilton could have been closed down quicker by Stephen Douglas. And even then, it killed about 3 worms before it went into the back of the net. But I think this side has great character, and they've been maturing and getting better. And we got back in with a great cross from Damien Curran, great ball into the box, and Billy Joe Burns a bullet header. The message at half-time was simple, that I felt we had played well, but we only played well in parts. I felt we needed to be more incisive, more penetrative. I thought we had to certainly get at their back four an awful lot more. And I asked us to up the tempo, and I thought in Jimmy Mulgrew and Robert Garrett with 2-star performers, there's nothing as gratifying when your opponent have to be replaced. And obviously when Richard Clark went off and big Kieran Martin and then was replaced by Dean Fitzgerald and Shane McCabe, that's a nice little thing as a player to know that your opponent has to be subbed. I thought those two were immense. I thought that the back four again was very solid. Aaron Burns, for 17 years of age, showed great maturity against Keith Gillespie and was helped and supported greatly by Damien Curran. On the right side, I thought BJ Burns again was his assured self. What a cracking goal, I've got to say. And Philip Lowry was tireless. Second half, as I said, I wanted us to get at them a wee bit more, and we decided to make a change and bring Paul Munster on. And interestingly, Bart Wiscomben probably would feel, and quite rightly so, aggrieved that maybe he wasn't in the side or wasn't in the squad, because on form he was maybe ahead of Paul. Mark played fantastically well in Dublin. But you try to look at the game and you try to think, well, what options maybe do we have? What type of attributes do you want the player on the bench to have? And the one thing about Paul is he gets into extraordinary positions to score goals. At times you think, well, my goodness gracious me, how did he do that? And a memory that I had from Saturday is they had a chance near the end, and probably no one else would have got anywhere near making that and taking that chance. So that was the reason why we had Paul on the bench. And you hope you've rationale behind your decisions, and you hope that that it works out. When Paul came on, it was a great piece of play by Peter Thompson, great flick on, and then Paul just buried it. And then you sort of thought, well, you're 2-1 and we'd hit the post twice, and balls had gone across the middle of their box, and we'd maybe made some wrong decisions about their final pass, and then there was one hit their goalkeeper's back and went behind for a corner when it usually should have gone in. And you thought, all you need is one lapse in concentration, one piece of brilliance by the opposition, and then you're in diffs. And it came to the wee man Robert Garrett to score a quite sublime goal. It had everything. In fact, it probably his goal epitomised the performance. He was very competitive in the tackle, won the ball, great strength, drove forward, had only one thing in his mind, and that was to get himself into a shooting situation, made the space for himself, and he buried it. And very pleased, very proud. I think the one message is that we can't get carried away. I told the players that great performance tonight, absolutely delighted and very proud, but they've won nothing yet. I remember the pain of last year. We lost it in the league by a point. Last couple of minutes of the Oval when they came back and they got a draw. Remember last year when we played Cliftonville? been so disappointed in the Irish Cup when we were winning 1-0 in the last couple of minutes. We lost our final place. So there's not even a chance of any complacency. And certainly while we've done well tonight, and we're pleased, we're always pleased when we get one over on our old rivals. No one's getting carried away. We haven't won anything yet, and that's the message. And certainly that's going to be driven home to the players, because going to Dungannon on Saturday will be tough. But on a night like tonight, it's great to be a Blue man. Thank you very much indeed. Fortune favours the brave.
Well, Paul, how did that match go for you?
Yeah, for me personally, it was very, very good. Coming on against your rivals, you're trying to change the game. Thankfully, I come on and help the team win.
And tell us all about that goal.
It was a long ball, and I knew Peter was challenging for the ball, and the defender who was meant to mark me got drew to the ball, so it was two against one, and I think Peter won it and just took the gamble. Ball came across and smacked him on the left. Thankfully it went in.
You seem to have a happy knack of getting big goals and big games, and none bigger than tonight.
Yeah, well, I didn't really think about that. Just each team I'm playing against them, I'm there to score goals, and that's it. There's no other way I can put it. Just get on and try and score as much as I can, help the team create goals as well. Thankfully that happened.
And what about that celebration then?
Yeah, well, before I come on, Galty and Jimbo, there was a couple of lads who told me I had to go over with them, and so I was trying to get over, and Doogie wrestled me and a couple of our lads, so thankfully I got over and celebrated with everybody together, and just try and celebrate with the fans as well. It was a good feeling.
It's a nice position to be 5 points clear, so near the end, isn't it?
Yeah, it's near the end, but what I've learned from last year is it's not over right till the end, so we're just all focused on tomorrow morning training, and then look forward to Saturday away to Dungannon and get 3 points there really.
It'll be a tough game down there. I think we drew down there the last time.
Yeah, we did. All the teams we play, they're all up for it. They know it's Linfield, so they're all up in their game. I know what it's all about since last year, so we're going down there positive, knowing play the way we play, and we can. What you've seen tonight, we can tear our team apart.
Nice to be back on the score sheet again.
Yeah, it's nice to be playing.
Yeah, and you know what it's all about, playing for this club. You know, you're looking for that first medal. What would that mean for you?
It would mean a lot. Since I was young, I knew that Linfield, they win everything here, so it's to be back home the first year was very disappointing, not winning anything, so coming back I have to make sure I win something so I can look back in my career and say that I've came to Linfield and I've came what I wanted to do and I've achieved it. And
there's a few targets on board. There's a couple of cups as well that
treble. We're looking at everything, but again we'll just take each game as it comes, and if we win all our games, there's a lot to aim for.